Harold Osmer, West Hills Wood. There's a brass sculpture and it needs a big wooden base. Stick around and show you how we do that. This is Harold, West Hills Wood. Start off, lumber. This is 8-quarter maple. That's a lot of maple. And it's very thick. Well, 8 quarters, that means it's 2 inches. And I'm so fast I'm blurry here. Don't know why it's blurry, but there you go. You can cut them down to just over 30 inches long. And there you go. Make them all the same. And that's the rough dimensions on it. And a little bit of noise in the background because we have the CNC going at the same time. The shop is very busy. We have a lot going on. The summer's pretty crazy. So anyway, then we use the table saw to trim the edges on them, make them parallel, and we just glue them together. The blue clamps on the end are just to keep the edges aligned, and then you're left with 3 really heavy 32-inch long slabs. Oh my gosh. Then we sand them. We're not sanding to get them terribly smooth. We just want to make sure that when we glue these together, because they're all going to be pancaked together, we want to make sure that they match up. So we're not looking to get all the scratch marks out or anything like that at this point. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm looking to see which one do I want on top, because that will be the visible piece. Meanwhile, it is summertime. And oh my gosh, you're generating a lot of dust in the heat and working quite a bit. So we made sure we had the fans going. We had the big rubber mask going. So, we get the rubber suckers going. I tried cutting it with the jigsaw. That didn't work. So we pulled out the router. And you go down about 1/4 of an inch or so. Make a loop. Let it down. Bring it around. And just do this 3 times, because all 3 of them have to be the same size. So we get pretty close. We don't go all the way through, partly because I don't have a bit long enough to do that, and partly because I have a bit that'll go on the other side of it. I don't think I shot that, but here you get an idea. Oh my gosh, lots and lots and lots. This took a lot of time to do and left quite a mess. And we have to keep the garage door closed over there because the router screams. Here you can see how effective the fan is at blowing everything that direction. It gives us a nice line. You round it over the top edge on this one, and just how much is that? How big is that? Oh, finished size, just under 31 inches. Yeah, this sucker's heavy too. And we got to glue the 3 pieces together. Man, we can do that. You can see how thick it is. Now, the bottom on this brass sculpture has a center post that comes down that you can attach water to, and it sends water up to the umbrella and it comes down. It's a lovely feature. And so that's what it's about. And that piece sticks down just over 5 inches. So doing this with 2 pieces is not big enough. So we had to use 3 pieces in order to make it deep enough for that whole thing to go together. Don't bother spreading glue, just go ahead and roll it out. That's the best you can do. And get it as evenly as possible. See that little green mark of tape on there? That's marking the end grain. And I rotated these. So there's one, there's the other. The next one got rotated a little bit to the right on that, just to provide a side view on it. And then get out as many clamps as you can. And stick that sucker together and let it sit overnight. Oh, and it gets heavy. But it needs to be heavy to support the big brass sculpture. You don't want that thing tipping over. And we wound up overbuilding this. This is going to be a temporary base for this while the sculpture owner builds a pond, fills it with water, makes a metal base, the whole thing like that. So this one in the meantime is just to protect the sculpture so that he can, not mess it up while it's at his house, laying there on the floor. He just needs it picked up. And true to form, overbuilt. So it goes. Could have done this any number of ways. He wanted it round, so I made it round. He wanted it heavy, I made it heavy. Round and heavy, A lot of heat, a lot of time. It took some effort. And again, we're not working on real detail here because it's a temporary piece. And this is one of the parts of woodworking that really just makes a woodworker's day. And that's when you put the finish on. I used up the end of my bottle here on my butcher block oil, which we use a fair amount of. And here we go. See, now I'm holding the camera with one hand and trying to spread with the other. Oh, the drama I go through for YouTube. Yeah, my 57 followers. Be sure to like and subscribe, by the way. But this is the part that woodworkers really look forward to. There's a couple of main points that we really enjoy. One is when you put a joint together and the parts just slip in nicely. The other part is when you get down to the end like this and you're spread on this material and you get to see the finish and watch that wood come out. That's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And here it is. Boy, you should have seen me lugging that sucker up the stairs. Didn't look so old then, did I? But here you go. It goes through and it's bolted underneath. I didn't show you cutting out the bottom of it, but did that too. And there's the sculpture. There's the top. You can see the umbrella. The water goes right up through the center of it, and then it will come down over this whole thing. It's a beautiful piece. And it just needs to be protected and safe while it's here. Kind of overdid it. That's how it goes. Look at that. It fits. Nice. And it's not going to tip over anytime soon. Wonderful sculpture. Lovely base. Base made by West Hills Wood. So be sure to like and subscribe. Send beer.